Hi there, thank you for watching this video. In this video, I will be explaining about the design pattern called compound design pattern. Compound design pattern is nothing but having more than one design pattern running together for accomplishing a given requirement. So to explain this, I have come up with a requirement called simple universal remote app for DTH. So we all know each DTH provider having a different channel number for a specific channel. For example, if you have to watch Vijay TV using Airtel DTH, the channel number is 758. But for the same channel, if we have to use Tata Play as DTH provider, we have to use 1518 as channel number. And even with single DTH provider, sometimes the channel number could be changing and it will be hard for some people to memorize these channel numbers. To ease things for the end user, the simple universal remote app will be designed. So in this app, the interfaces will be buttons with different colors. So it will support five buttons, five different colors. Red button indicates Vijay TV, green button indicates Zee TV, blue button indicates Sun TV, yellow button Star Sports, and white Chutti TV. So irrespective to the DTH provider, when the user now enters the color or press the respective color on the remote, the channel should be displayed. So that's the requirement. So to implement this requirement, I am using two patterns here. One is adapter pattern, another one is facade pattern. So these two patterns, when it is running together, we call it as compound pattern. So let's see with example. So to represent DTH providers and remote system, I have defined DTH remote abstract class, and it has a property called channel, and it can be set using the scope protected. Hope you know protected. When we use that scope variable, the scope of this field can be extended to only its subclasses. So beyond that, the field cannot be accessed for writing when we say it is protected set. And it has a method called on channel change. So when the channel number is used, it will check either the channel number is supported by the respective DTH provider. If it if it is, it will be showing the channel. Otherwise, it will display invalid channel. So the DTH remote is a kind of abstract class. So the concrete implementations will have the channel list. So let's see that. So Airtel DTH. So Airtel DTH, now here it is having the channel details. So as per our requirement, I have provided the channel details for five channels. And when this DTH provider is initialized, it will list this channel details. What are the channel number to access different channels. So it has the override for on channel change because before a channel is displayed, we have to evaluate the subscription for the channel and subscription expiry. And if it is expired, let's say no, the Airtel DTH, even if it got expired, some grace period is allowed. Just for no example, so it does various operations, right? Before it is showing a channel, it does different operations. Similarly, the Tata Play DTH. So it is again on initialization, it actually initializes the channels with the respective channel numbers, and it will be different here because DTH providers having different channel numbers for the same channels, right? So here also on channel change, it does various operations like validating the channel subscription, validating the subscription expiry, and Let's say Tata Play is not supporting grace period even when the channel is expired. So maybe they have a different set of operations before showing a channel, right? So now we have seen the DTH related implementation. Now let's see how adapter comes into the picture. So this is the interface I have defined, a simple remote. So the remote, it will be used by the client, the end users, right? So all they know is red, green, blue, yellow, white. So if they press any of this button, the respective channel should be displayed, correct? So I have now created the adapter, Airtel DTH adapter, and it is implementing this iSimple remote, right? So this adapter on initialization, it is accessing Airtel DTH. So when the respective buttons are pressed, the channel numbers, the corresponding channel number is passed. For example, when blue is pressed, the channel number is 754. Let's see the requirement. So for Airtel Blue, it is 754 to watch Sun TV, correct? Similarly, it has the implementation for all the different colors supported by that remote. Similarly, I have also created the Data Play DTH adapter. So it is initialized with Data Play DTH. So here when we will select on blue, so 1504 is actually passed as channel number, and it is to watch Sun TV, right, as per our requirement. So there are other channels also uh, will be showing according to the respective selected colors. How, let's see how these pieces are running together. So in the program.cs file, I have configured the simple remote for Tata Play DTH remote DTH. So when the app is started, it will ask the user to press the color to change channel. So it will be listening to the input, and when the red is selected, it is using the interface simple remote, and it is invoking red press. Similarly for other colors as well. So when the input is not within red, green, blue, yellow, and white, it will be treating that input as off. So it will be exiting from this loop. So for simulation, I have done this. Let's see. So Tata Play DTH channel details are listed here. So now it is we have to assume that a simple remote is on the end user's hand, and it is having 5 different colors, and they can select red. So when they select red, it is doing channel subscription validation, and it is checking subscription expiry, and it is showing 1518, that is Vijay TV. So on red for Tata Play, it is Vijay TV. So again, it is open for changing the color to show a different channel. This time let me try green. Again, it does validating the subscription for the channel, and now it is showing ZTV, correct? Now I just skip the input so that it can be turned off. So it got exited. Now let me change the adapter. Let it run for Airtel. Now I start the application again. So when I do that, it is providing channel details for Airtel. So now again, it is asking the user to press the color to change channel. Let me press red here again. So when I do press red, it is checking the channel subscription, it is checking the subscription expiry, it is also checking the grace period because we modeled that Airtel will be supporting grace period. And on press red, it is showing Vijay TV again, but the channel number is 758. Let me enter green. So on green, it is showing ZTV, channel number is 751, right? So now let me exit from here. So before we were running the application for Tata Play DTH. So when we selected red, it was showing Vijay TV, but the channel number was 1518. And when we run the application for Airtel DTH, that red, when the red is selected, the same Vijay TV got displayed, but the channel number was 758. Okay, so now you have seen how the adapter pattern helps us to have different implementations in the background. It is helping here. So the application will rely on a specific interface, that is iSimple remote. Okay, but in real time, when the iSimple remote is in action, the actual it encapsulates the implementation behind Airtel DTH and Tata etc. to the client, so they do not aware anything about it. So when these adapters are created, it actually taking care of communicating with the respective providers, DTH providers, correct? So in future, if we have to support another DTH provider, we no need to change anything in the client side program, correct? So again, it will be the same buttons only, but the adapter can have a different implementation. It can have a different channel numbers for the given requirement. So these pieces are all encapsulated here. So so this is how the adapter actually helps in. So in real time, how generally it will be used is, so when we have subscription with a vendor, they may have come up with a set of APIs, and our application can consume those APIs to perform some logic. For some reason, if we change that vendor to another vendor, uh, the functionality could be similar, but it may have a different set of APIs. So in this situation, right, we have to make changes in all the places in our existing code. So that will be tedious. So to avoid this kind of a situation, what we do is we will actually define an interface for unification, and that interface only will be exposed to our code. So whenever there is a change in vendor, so there will be adapter created to support that vendor, and it will translate the inputs from our system to the way it is required for the vendor. So it handles that piece. So with that, we can actually run our code with minimum change, and the change will be only at the adapter end, correct? So that's the adapter. And facade, so in the example that we seen, so behind the button change action, the color change action, so there are a lot of things happening, correct? Actually it is selecting a channel number, and when the channel number is selected, the subsystem, right, the Airtel subsystem, it performs different operations. It is checking the validity of the channel, it checking the subscription for the channel, it checking the subscription expiry, and in some cases it is checking even if it got expired, the grace period is allowed or not. So there are a lot of things happening behind. But the user, right, if they need to do all these check before they have to perform the channel change action, it will be very difficult to them, right? What they see now, they just see the unified interface, right? All they know is red, green, blue, white, and yellow buttons only. So if they select something, all the operations behind the different subsystems will get executed, and they will come to know what is the current state. So that's called a facade, right? It will be providing a simple interface. It will keep the uh, it will encapsulate most of the details. It will keep the interface very simple to the end clients. So expose very less knowledge about the system to end users. That's the design principle. We have achieved it. So that's the ideology of compound pattern. And so in this example, we have used adapter plus facade, and both are running together for the given requirement. Hope it helps. Thank you.